Law Enforcement Week officially starts today. Stay tuned for more details.
After several days of above average temperatures now heading below average coming up later on this week. We will have the complete forecast details straight ahead.
Coming up in sports, we will hear from Oxford as they prepare for the 6A state championship. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Good evening, and thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News from Monday, May 15th, 2023. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards. Sunday marked the beginning of Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. This morning, the Special Olympics Law Enforcement Torch Run took place at Simmons Park in downtown Oxford. This is a signature event statewide that all athletes participate in from different locations. Bob Kopis, Law Enforcement Liaison for Special Olympics Alabama, tells EAN News what is to be expected at the Torch Run.
This is our signature event. We call it our statewide torch run. We started a few hours ago in Anniston. We're going to be going all over the state with the torch, local law enforcement in their own communities, supporting and showing awareness for Special Olympics.
Kopis says that law enforcement and Special Olympics have had a relationship for 50 years.
Police officers all across the world support Special Olympics, and right here in Alabama, every May we do our run to the state games. On Friday night, they'll be having the opening ceremony in Troy University, and police officers from all over the state will be there to open the games and to bring the torch in.
Oxford police officer Jerry Lyon says it's easy for officers to help out the community.
So we love being out in the community and being able to help support Special Olympics, and I love the torch run, and I love being able to help out.
Since this week is Annual Law Enforcement Week, officers will be celebrated each day. This morning, the Anniston City Meeting Center was the site for a luncheon for the law enforcement officers of Calhoun and Cleburne counties. Michael Webb, the treasurer for the Alabama Law Enforcement Appreciation Foundation Board, says they've been doing this lunch event for the past 10 years.
This is actually our 10th anniversary of doing this event. We meet together and invite all the officers in and feed them lunch Monday through Thursday of this week. We'll have about 300 officers from Calhoun and Cleburne counties here, and this would not be possible without all the community support.
And when we come back, we'll tell you about a campaign to keep bicycle riders safe.
If you've been thinking about a new shed, garage, or metal carport, now is the time to act. Steel prices are rising in 2023 and will continue rising into the next year. Waldrop Manufacturing still has current price stock but is expected to run out as early as June. So call up Waldrop Manufacturing today. The supply is on a first-come, first-served basis. Waldrop Manufacturing, this area's most trusted, reliable steel manufacturer. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
May is Bicycle Safety Month, and the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency has teamed up with the Northeast Alabama Bicycle Association to promote its See Me, I'm a Cyclist awareness campaign. Association member Brooke Nelson says the campaign was started after the death of a local cyclist a couple of years ago.
In 2021, our good friend and fellow cyclist Ben Sostak was tragically hit and killed on a training ride. His family very generously designated NEBA to receive memorial funds in his name. The NEBA board took 100% of those funds and created this wonderful awareness campaign. We also received some sponsorship from some other entities. But this campaign, thanks to ALEA, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, has gone statewide, and we're hoping to take it throughout the Southeast. All of the driver's license offices in Alabama, I think there are 76, have large posters as well as these size posters in their agencies.
Nelson says a major goal of this campaign is to raise awareness among motorists that the people they see riding bikes on the streets and highways are people just like themselves, and to remain extra cautious when they encounter them. She says it's all about safety and respect.
The number one safety tip for motorists, for drivers, is to see us. We want to be seen. That's why we wear all these bright colors and we have all the lights. But drivers need to train themselves to look for bicycles, to look for that rider, and to keep us safe. So important, because no driver gets up in the morning and says, I think I'll go hit a cyclist today. So as they're driving, they need to train themselves, especially in areas where bicycles are known to go, like bike paths. Look for those bikes. The number 2 piece of advice would be to give us our space. There's a law. We must have 3 feet of space when you're passing us or when you're coming up behind us. Quite often, you can tell that a motorist is antsy, and those few seconds that it takes for you to wait on us to get to a point where it's safe to pass us and give us our 3 feet of space will save our life sometimes.
Tomorrow night, Nelson's going to share with us her top 3 safety tips for cyclists using public roads.
Wonderful. That's a great program. Well, it is Monday, the start of another work week, and John Holder is standing by in the EAN Weather Center to tell us if we are going to need to keep an umbrella handy at the office this week. John, what kind of weather can we expect?
Well, we may need an umbrella coming up tomorrow for sure, but later on in the week, some cooler and drier air headed to East Alabama. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Monday, one of the warmest days we've had so far in 2023. Warm and humid out there today. The high was 88 degrees after a morning low of 69. Look at that temperature right there this morning. 10 degrees above the average for the nighttime low for this time of year. The daytime highs, again, several degrees above average. That is about to change. There's the record high and record lows. And you see the sunrise and sunset times adding again about 2 minutes to each day as we move toward the month of June and the first day of summer, which is just a little bit over a month away. Weather on your street, Highway 78 up in Edwardsville in the Talladega National Forest in Cleburne County. Tonight, some scattered evening storms. These are going to be slowly drifting down from the north tonight over in northern Cleburne County. So there's a chance of seeing that later on this evening. Very warm once again with a low at 67. For your Tuesday, we're going to take it to Silver Circle. That is out Angel Station Way, out from Jacksonville, just off Alabama Highway 204. Very beautiful area. And for Silver Circle at Angel and all of East Alabama tomorrow, we're going to see higher rain chances than today. Rain chances bumping up to about 60% tomorrow. Temperatures will still be above average, but a couple of degrees cooler than what we're going to see or what we saw today. Now, the rest of the week across East Alabama, cooler temperatures. Taylor's Chapel Road in Coldwater. It won't be cold in Coldwater, but it is certainly going to be cooler as we make our way through the end of the week. We're going to see temperatures dropping to the lower 80s and even some upper 70s. So we go from above average on temperatures to actually by Thursday and Friday seeing some below average temperatures. No big deal here. Chance of rain every day is going to drop off to about 20% or so. Some very fine weather coming up for the middle of May here in East Alabama. 7-day forecast looking like this. You'll see some small rain chances coming up. As a matter of fact, we think we might squeeze out a day with no rain at all in the forecast on about Sunday, and the temperatures continue to drop. We go from 86 to 80 on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, we're in the upper 70s, low 80s again by the weekend, but this is some very fine weather coming up. Nighttime lows, look at these nighttime lows dropping off as well from the mid and upper 60s all the way back down into maybe some upper 50s by Friday morning, maybe some mid 50s by Sunday morning here in East Alabama. All in all, some very fine weather coming our way. Fine-tuning that Tuesday forecast for you as we take a look at what's happening around the region, and you'll see that chance of precipitation tomorrow between 55 and 75%. Here in East Alabama, we'll say about 60%. Temperatures remaining in the mid to upper 80s. There'll still be some 90s down in South Alabama, some upper 80s, but the big story tomorrow is going to be the chance of rain on the increase tomorrow. We think the rain chances are going to be the highest tomorrow that we're going to see for at least the next week across East Alabama. Coming up in sports, lots of excitement about a team from here in East Alabama that is chasing a state championship in high school baseball. Here's Chase Robinson.
Yeah, appreciate it, John. We are on the eve of Game 1 of the 6A State Championship Series that features the Oxford Yellow Jackets and the Spanish Fort Toros. Oxford will play Game 1 on their usual home field in their hometown. And Coach Wes Brooks knows that brings more excitement to this game.
Almost means a little bit more because, we're here in our city. You want to defend what's yours, and so that's a little bit more excitement. There's 21,390 people in Oxford, and if 1/4 of those buy a ticket to the game, I'm just imagine what the crowd's going to be like. So we talked about that as players preseason, about the excitement that it would be if we were to play here and host.
For Coach Brooks, part of the preparation for this game is keeping the guys focused on doing what they know how to do.
As a coach, you try to keep everybody at neutral. Yes, it is the state finals, and yes, it is a big deal, but the team that control the pace of the game and slow the game down to where they can play, and they tend to play best when they are at neutral, not too high, not too low.
The Yellow Jackets have a plethora of talent on the field, but Coach Brooks says at this part of the season, pitching is the name of the game.
In order to get to this point, you got to have pitching. I think our hitting has done a really good job of not chasing pitches out of the zone and making pitchers actually get us out instead of us helping them, and getting the other team starting pitcher, to their pitch count to go up and not just up there just swinging at everything.
4 East Alabama teams will be looking to play their way to a state championship in softball. Here's a look at our local teams competing at the state softball tournament. Tomorrow you can see Pleasant Valley take on Wicksburg in their first game at 10:45. On Wednesday it'll be 3A, and that'll be Piedmont taking on Opp at 10:45 a.m. Thursday will be our first look at Class 6A. That is Oxford. They take on Wetumpka at 9 a.m. and White Plains will be up on Friday as they take on Orange Beach at 10:45. The state tournament is double elimination. All of these games take place at Choccolocco Park. Piedmont has made a new hire for their boys basketball program. Matt Glover will take over the program after being a longtime assistant for the team. He spent 12 years coaching under Tommy Lewis and the last 5 seasons under Jonathan Odom, who is stepping away from coaching to watch his son play for Jacksonville State. Glover will also remain as an assistant in football under new head coach Jonathan Miller. Before we let you go, we want to remind you to join us weekday mornings at 10 a.m. for Southern Sports Now. We'll be talking more Oxford baseball and high school softball, as well as college sports and Braves right here tomorrow. So you can catch it live on East Alabama Now Facebook page, as well as the East Alabama Now YouTube channel. That's it for sports. Let's head back over to Mike and Katie.
Well, we have a little something fun for the end of the newscast tonight. According to WAG, now that's the On-Demand Dog Walking and Sitter Service, the top dog names in Alabama for 2023 have now been revealed.
Well, that's fun. I'm curious how the names are chosen and how many names are actually on the list.
Well, they were based on the users of this company, the user data they sent in, and in all 50 names have been chosen.
Wow, so 50 is a lot. I wonder if my dog's name is somewhere on that list, but I think for now we only have time for probably the top 5.
We're going to cut down to the top 5, and drum roll, please.
Okay.
Okay, ranking from 5 down to 1, we have Lucy, Charlie, Luna, Max, and Bella. Oh. That's the number 1 name. Did we make it?
We did not.
Oh, I'm
we
sorry.
did not. Deacon is my German Shepherd.
Oh, it's a great name,
Well,
though.
thank you. I think so too, but not everyone thinks so apparently.
That's a shame. Just call him Deacon Blues.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News.
And keep checking back with us every Monday through Friday around 6:30 in the evening on either Facebook or YouTube for a recap of what's been happening in your community. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a comment while you're there, because we love hearing from you.
We certainly do. And don't forget to share as well. We love what we do, so sharing with your friends helps spread the word about EAN. We'll see you Tuesday for your news on your schedule.